Good afternoon, y'all. This is Ned.
And this is Michelle.
And collectively we are known as MyPhilippinedreams.com. Welcome to another installment of tracking our monthly budget for the past 8 months now. We've been tracking all of our expenses every month in order to give people a better idea of how much it actually costs to live in the Philippines, because people are always asking.
Yes.
That's like our most oft asked question. How much does it cost to live in the Philippines or retire in the Philippines? So first up, if you want the short version of this video, this month's expenses were $1,193. That's the short version. So if you just want the short version, you can stop now. If you want the longer version, here it comes. First up is
rent.
Rent, eating out, and the cost of labor are the cheapest things you're going to get in the Philippines. You're going to get the most bang for your buck because of the way the exchange rate and the local economy is. Our rent is about 10,000 pesos per month, which comes out to $230 a month. That's a fixed cost we have every month. You're going to see, you expect to pay between 10 and 15,000 pesos per month, depending on where you're at. If you're in a provincial area, it's going to be cost a lot less. If you're in a built-up city area, it's going to cost a lot more. If you're in Manila, you might as well stay in the West because the costs over there are ridiculous. So that's our rent.
Mm-hmm. Next is electricity.
Electricity. I have to have aircon because I'm a wimpy foreigner and I haven't fully adjusted to the heat here. Electricity costs are about twice that in the United States, but despite that, our total cost for the month was $45, which isn't too bad.
Gym.
I've been dealing with sciatica and my back problem, so I haven't been going to the gym a whole lot, but that still set me back $27 for the month.
Next is internet.
Our internet's been working a little bit better ever since the technicians came and switched us to another line. We pay $22 a month. That's 1,000 pesos to Sky Cable for 3 megabit download and 0.5 megabit upload. Water's not that expensive. You can't drink it out of the tap. I did this past weekend. I was lucky, but I would not recommend it. It was an accident. I was in horrible sciatica pain. I was stumbling around, and anyways. So water was $6. Groceries. You got to get meats. You got to get vegetables. You got to get Diet Coke, caffeine free, and that cost us $218.
Eating
out. Cost of labor and rent are very inexpensive. Eating out for the entire month, and we eat out a lot, $223. Diesel for the truck, $46. Gas for the motorcycles. We use the motorcycles all the time. It's just more convenient. It's better on the fuel economy is ridiculous, and it's easier to zip into that traffic. $28 for the month. Visa fees. Yeah, you got to pay visa fees to stay in foreign countries. Once you get your ACR card and those initial costs, it comes out to about $1 a day. So it's about $60 for a 2-month extension. Cigarettes, yes. $35 for cigarettes. But it's a good thing I had my cigarettes because when I was dealing with the sciatic pain, I was basically paralyzed for a week and a half. And all I had was my misery, the pain, and my cigarettes.
Phone
load is inexpensive in the Philippines. We use the Mega 250 from Smart, and it costs us $12 for both phones.
Mm-hmm.
Laundry, yeah. Cost of labor is real cheap. Doesn't make sense to wash your own clothes in the black bucket, although I do our towels because I like to add chlorine bleach to get rid of that mildewy smell. That was $12. Doctor, yeah, I saw the doctor twice. It came out to $17 US. That's the single-payer system they have here, this socialist country, and that worked out pretty good.
And the
medicines. I got generic medicines. I had to get tramadol, which is the most powerful non-opioid painkiller you could get, anti-inflammatories, naproxen, all that stuff. It came out to $21.
Oslo.
Our trip to Oslo to see the whale sharks and Tumalog
Falls.
Yeah, that. That cost $48, and that was a day trip, and that was wonderful, and that was money well spent because you can't put a price on happiness.
And then the unaccounted.
Yes, the unaccounted. What I do at the beginning of the month, I look at my bank account. At the end of the month, I look at my bank account, and then I deduct rent, utilities, gas, groceries, all that stuff. And any discrepancy is unaccounted. That's the stuff that I'm not diligently tracking on my phone. It can be things like paying 5 pesos to the parking attendant to watch your bike.
Or the Coca-Cola you...
Or stopping at a sari-sari to have a Coca-Cola Zacto, or get
cigarette.
or snacks or stuff like that. And that came out to $33. For a grand total for February,
$1,193.
$1,193 US dollars for the month. Again, for many of us living in built-up areas in the West, that's basically what we're paying in rent alone. When I averaged out the past 8 months total that we've tracked so far, it came out to $1,113 per month. So that's roughly a ballpark figure. We don't live in a sprawling mansion. We don't keep our air conditioning running 24 hours a day. We don't use the truck all the time. We don't have gardeners and helpers and cooks and all the other stuff.
You have a cook.
I have a cook. Yeah. I cook French toast. So we live like a lower middle class Western lifestyle. But it's comfortable, it's cool, and it works for me, man. So we have the breakdown on our website over at myphilippinedreams.com of all of our expenses, a little more explanation, a little more perspective on your costs. And over there we also have my initial setup costs, buying the trucks, buying the motorcycles, the TV, computer, furniture, all that stuff, dishes, fans, air conditioners, all that stuff. So you can get some idea, because it's not, you can come here and expect to pay, $1,100 a month off the rip, because when you get here you're going to be paying more for rent, because you'd be living in motels, hotels, as you're looking around for a good rental place. Then you get your initial setup costs, buying your motorcycle, all that stuff. So we have the breakdown over there. We hope it's been of some use to you, and we're going to continue to do this month to month, again, to give you guys some perspective of how much things cost. One thing I didn't include was I was able to snipe a new laptop off eBay, and I'll be picking that up when I go back to the States. That was $335, but when I come back, I got to sell my old laptop, so I don't know how much it's actually going to cost yet, because I'll be able to sell my old laptop for like maybe $150 or $200 or something. So we'll just factor that in some future date. Again, we hope this has been of use to you. This is Ned.
And this is Michelle.
And we are myphilippinedreams.com, and we'll see you next time.